So what's haven't been talked about enough is this Kansas City Chiefs trio and this Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver trio, to be exact. And I feel like the reason why it hasn't been talked about enough is because of the fact that Rashee Rice is still a big chance that he might end up facing a suspension. So I understand exactly why, you know, it wouldn't be talked about as much, like him about to, potentially face a suspension. Obviously, it's not really much to talk about. Now, I'm gonna be talking about Worthy and Hollywood in this video, but I really want to avoid copyright. So I'm sorry if you see Rashee. Sorry, oh my god, I'm so tired. Rashee Rice for the whole video. But anyways, let's get straight and let's get focused. So Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy, we obviously know what their games bring. Like I said, yeah, they're very fast. Yeah, they run 4.20s, but at the end of the day, they're also very above average route runners, in my opinion, especially for dudes their speed. Usually guys that is as quick as Worthy and Hollywood, they tend to be like a run straight type of guy, or don't really have good footwork and don't really have, good route running. But that is not the case with Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy. They're both very good, talented, polished route runners, as y'all could tell, as y'all know of. And then when we talk about Rashee Rice, we're talking about a rookie that if he would have played 17 games, he would have easily had an 1,000-yard season. So him, having a suspension or whatever, even if he gets a suspension, he's still going to come back dominant, because at the end of the day, he's not injured. It's just a suspension. Like how Calvin Ridley came back very good because he was never injured. It was just a suspension. So we don't really got to worry about him regressing or anything like that. But seeing all these three on the field at the same time is definitely going to cause some trouble for defenses. And imagine that in the playoffs. But let's get into some stats. So obviously with Xavier Worthy, it's not really much to say. Well, he doesn't have no NFL stats yet, right? So we're not going to sit here and, try to even look at NFL stats, because there's none there. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to look at his college stats. So his first year with Texas, 2021, Xavier Worthy had a very good start to a career. I mean, look, 981 yards on 62 receptions in 12 games with 12 touchdowns. I mean, that's amazing for a rookie. That is amazing. 981 yards. That's nearly 1,000 yards one away. And 12 touchdowns for a freshman, not a rookie, sorry, for a freshman. That's beautiful. And then in his sophomore season, he put up, he had a drop down. He played 13 games. He put up 60 receptions, 760 yards, 9 TDs. Still had a good amount of TDs. But then in his junior year, he really, really showed out. He didn't have as much TDs as previous years, only having 5. But he ended up having 75 receptions and 1,014 receiving yards. So Xavier Worthy is a very talented wide receiver that was talented throughout college. It's nice, man. He was talented throughout college, and it definitely should translate to the NFL level. I don't see how it doesn't translate to the NFL level, to be honest, because guys like Worthy, obviously speed is a concern with how fast he is. So it's a concern that he may not have a limited skill set. But if you really look at him play in college, you realize that Xavier Worthy is that guy, and he's gonna have a good career. It's just the truth. He's definitely gonna have a good NFL career. Now Rashee Rice, obviously his first year, and for the Kansas City Chiefs rookie season, 79 receptions, 938 yards, 7 touchdowns. So he started off pretty good for his career. 938 yards your first year, and that's only in 16 games with 7 touchdowns. My belief is that if he would have played the Chargers that last week, he definitely would have had 1,000 yards, because at the end of the day, the Chargers was having a horrible secondary around that time, and Rashee Rice would have definitely torched him and got that he needed like that 62 yards that he would have needed for 1,000. That would have been light work for him. And then if you look at Marquise Hollywood Brown, he obviously has a very lengthy, not lengthy, but he had, a few seasons under his belt compared to Worthy. And Rasheed Rice, so it's kind of different with him. He's like the older guy in this trio. But his best season came with the Baltimore Ravens. He had 1,000 yards in 16 games. I mean, that's very good in my opinion. Even though, like, yeah, it's very good because 91 receptions, 16 games, 1,000 yards, 6 TDs, and that's in an offense that obviously runs through. Well, their system is designed to run the ball. You know, I mean, even a quarterback is literally a running back. So they're designed to run the ball. So we already know having 1,000 yards in that type of offense, it goes to show how good you are. Now, if you look at the 2022 season with the Arizona Cardinals, he had 700 yards in 12 games, which is very good. He would have definitely had 1,000 yards. And that's another thing. Arizona Cardinals, another run-first team. Hollywood Brown could thrive in run-first teams. So if he could give you 1,000 yards in a run-first team, imagine what he's going to do in a pass-happy offense like the Kansas City Chiefs. Hollywood Brown might actually end up putting up 1,300 yards. It could honestly happen. I wouldn't even be surprised. So yeah, man, Rasheed Rice, he is definitely he's a stud, you know. He's a stud. Hollywood Brown stud. Xavier Worthy stud. So we want to see all these guys. Like, all right, cool. Training camp is cool or whatever. You know, we get to see a glimpse of what they're capable of. But we want to see these dudes put on the pads, and we want to see them go out there and play football and perform to the level that, you know, we want to see. So this trio is obviously going to be something to be on the lookout for. And they're young at the end of the day. So if we do end up re-signing Hollywood Brown, we could lock up a very talented wide receiver core for the next 3 to 4 years. Yeah, sounds about right. 3 to 4 years. Or more than that, who knows? But that sounds about right. 3 to 4 years. So that's something that'll be very, very good. That'll be perfect for the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, they already have these young dudes who's very talented, and having them playing with each other all at once and keeping them together, I mean, it's very, very important, man. And I just love what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing. I mean, we were just complaining about the offense, and now it's looking pretty all right. Hollywood, Worthy, Rice, Justin Watson, Tony, Ross. I mean, you got all them dudes. Don't forget about them backup wide receivers too, Moore. So it just looks very good for the Kansas City Chiefs, and everything should fall into play this season. If y'all want some bets on, you know, future bets and Chiefs championship bets, Super Bowl, like stuff like that, then lock in with me. I already have a few bets that I'm already looking at to place for the future for the Chiefs, and on Mahomes winning MVP, most passing yards in the league, stuff like that. But Chiefs priority, and I'm out, man. Peace.